everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reid, and today, on this day, I have a gentleman with me by the name of Mr. André Amigér, also known as Mr. Bounceback. He's a #1 best-selling author, music producer. Together with his wife, they run an organization called Responsible ARTistry, where they are pouring into the next generation. And on top of that, he has a very powerful, inspiring story of overcoming that I'm looking forward to getting into shortly. But as I always do, I like to take this quick moment to pause, say thank you for making time for me. Time is a gift. Once you give it, you can't give it back. So I appreciate you carving out this space for little old me today. And with that, sir, welcome to the show.
So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And I think we're going to be going back and forth with the time and appreciation because I understand you cannot get it back, like you said, once you give it. So I'm grateful to be in your time, so to speak, So thank you very much for that.
Awesome. Now, as I mentioned in the opening, they call you Mr. Bounceback. And throughout the course of my life, as most of us, we've had some dark moments where life is giving us some gut punches. And I've always, had that quick moment where I might want to sit in the corner and give myself a pity party. But I've always looked for people like yourself who have these inspiring stories to say to myself, Lana, if Andre got through what he got through, you ain't got nothing to be over here crying about. So if I could trouble you to share a small piece of your story, because you went through not one, not two, but 3 strokes, and we are so blessed to have you here with us to talk to us. So if you could kind of just share that portion of your journey, I would truly appreciate it.
Absolutely. So I had 2 in 1 year. And yeah, so the first one was mild. So it wasn't I really didn't feel it. Maybe I think 9 days later, I had another one, which really shut me down or sat me down, so to speak. And then thankfully, my last one, you see how I said that, my last one it's more mental. That one really took a toll on me. It really took me through some things. It challenged me. So I will applaud people to really take your mental and physical health serious.
Okay.
I would tell people to please take time for yourself. I was put in a position where I was running a lot and not taking time for myself. And then so it caught up with me. Because every now and then you can run fast as you want, but the turtle will catch you because you're going to get tired. Mm-hmm. If you notice, the turtle always facing itself, right? But it gets where it got to go. No matter how you look at it, it gets there, right? But you can be the fox, and I say this in the book, you can be the fox and it's going all over the place, but at some point, you're going to get tired, right? So your body gives you warnings. Before it actually that impacts your life, your body tells you there's things wrong, right? So I was ignoring every last one of them, right? Just a real quick. So my last stroke started on a Thursday, but I didn't go to hospital until Sunday morning. Yeah. So it was going. Unfortunately, I became a master. This feels like. So when it happened, I'm like, oh, I'm just tired of me just rest. Let me just take my time. And then next day I go extra hard. And then that Saturday, I'm out about me and my wife out about went to go eat, go do things, and I felt it, a little something, but once again I ignored it. And so Sunday morning, I'm standing there talking to her, and I took a step and just fell. And she was like, I see, yeah, I just, I'm good. I got up and walked in the kitchen, ate, walked back walked back to the bedroom, and then turned around. I had to go do something. And she was standing right there, and I fell again. And then she was like, okay, we're going to the hospital because something ain't right. And it didn't kick in until I was actually in the hospital. So when you put in the hospital, what's going on with you? They have these levels of was like serious, not serious. And I think the most amazing part about it was I remember the whole incident. And the doctor says that's unusual because you don't remember those things. Like I remember all three of them. Maybe not to its fullest, but I remember the process going through it. So it's really, it can weigh on you physically and mentally if you don't take the time out for you. If you don't take the time out to do things like things you should do. For example, my wife would tell you, since she's known me, I've always given myself to other people. Like I do stuff for other people, for the kids, for the community, for parents. And this book is the first time I've ever did something for me. Like this 100% investing in myself. So it's weird. I always say you have to be uncomfortable to be comfortable. So when you never light shines on you, but you shine light on everybody else. So my wife says that you illuminate from the inside. That's why that you're always doing that. So when you do it for you, like yesterday, it was like, okay, wow. I mean, I was like, this is kind of cool. You know what I mean? So like I say, it's an interesting journey. It's not always. It just shows me the possibility of things to come. So I'm excited and grateful for sure.
We all are. We all are. That I'm just amazed. And so all the strokes, they happen in a period of like a couple of months?
No, one did. Okay, the first two. One happened there. So the fact now, I didn't know I had the first one. The very, very first one, right? But the doctor said when I had the second one, they was not that far apart. Like,
okay, gotcha.
So, but now the third one happened 14 years later. My last one 14 years apart. So it took a specialist to figure out what was causing them. So I'm hyper by nature. Right? I mean, I have high blood pressure, so she always got to calm me down. She said, "Baby, calm down, relax."
So I've ran into throughout the course of my life, I've ran into a few people who've survived strokes, but somewhere along the journey, they kind of give up when it comes to recovery and healing. I was looking at some of the pictures throughout Instagram, or you and your wife, like you were determined. What do you think it was for you that made you so, I'm going to overcome this. This is not going to beat me? Because some people don't have that in their spirit.
True. I think some people are born survivors. They have a survivor in their DNA. I'm just resilient. After my last stroke, it was more mental. I still had physical things going on, but it was more mental that was bothering me. It was more mental that it really, took me to the edge, so to speak. And I'm grateful that my wife was there being patient with me because she I'm a bit of a challenge. Let's say that.
being nice.
Yeah.
If she, let me hear from her first. Let me have her tell her version of the story.
You're right. So I would say this. So I believe that. Well, I know that for me, I have survival in my DNA. Right. That's me. I'm resilient. Like I said before, so I went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I was going to be in a walker for the rest of my life. And I told the doctor, I said, "Well, you must not know me." So I'm, I show him 3 months later. 3 months later, I walk in there without the walker. You know what I mean? And they, how'd you do it? I said, I didn't mind, and it didn't matter because I'm going to get it done. I've always been a person where you challenge me, I'm up for the challenge. I wasn't a bully in school or nothing like that. I was special, so to speak, in school. I was a different kind of person. but like quick story. And this part of the book. Sorry. So let me say this. I'm so happy that I'm a best-selling #1 author. First time published. I mean, like I'm still trying to let it sink in. Like that's what it is. You know, I had the book in my hand, and I was like, wow, okay, I'm a no one bestselling author, and I'm in a collection of powerful men. Like there are powerful stories in the book all the way through the book, but to be recognized as an influencer and recognized as being an impact is a big thing to me, because that means you're sitting down and you're watching what I do, and you see the consistency and how persistent I am, right? For example, the title of my chapter is Patient, Persistent, and Prayer. And so, real quick, I had no patience, zero, not at all. Like, I mean, I used to really just couldn't stand when nobody show up, or they late, or didn't even call. I was like, or a person walk in like they on time. Yeah, I'm here. I'm like, you like 30 minutes late. What you mean on time, right? And so, but that honestly, that got the best.
Well, you can't hang around us Black folks too long then, because we.
Well, see, listen. I'm being serious. I make sure I hear out the ones that understand my time, because I have cut some family members off because they play with my time. Like I said before in the beginning, it's a lot of things I can get back, but time is not one of them. Time is one that you cannot get back. 100% guaranteed. It's not. You can listen. You can think about memories. You can think about pictures and videos you saw. Like, I remember that time, yeah, but you cannot get that time back. Once it's gone, it's out the door.
That's true.
So I really had to work on my patience. I mean, a lot. I was challenged. Like in the chapter in the book, a person who mentored me, and based on my background, it shocked a lot of people because he's a pastor, and he took the time. No pun intended, but he took the time to do that. And he ran a Fortune 500 company. So you already know that he's busy. Like, he told me what busy is. Like, now, I'll get in a part in a few minutes, but when I saw this, I was like, okay, he's busy. He's busy. Like, he has to run this company. And so when you are, when somebody's invested in you, right? And you can see it, and then you say, okay, what does that look like? What does that mean? When he takes the time out every Wednesday, no matter where he's at in the world, to call me or to see me, to sit down with me, that's the difference. That's, and then he's running a big company, right? He's the top dog in a big company, and you stopping what you're doing to do this. So he showed me how important I was to him, how important he wanted to sow seeds into me, so to speak. So when somebody tell me they're busy, I'm like, yeah, you're not busy. Like, I know what busy looks like. And like, I'm not saying, you tell me a lie now. I'm just saying, like, you may be a little busy, but when you busy.
And I think that's important to see a man pouring into men. I think we need to see more of that. Also, I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful too. I mean, that's amazing. So he was one of the ones that, besides your wife, he was one of the ones to help you get through that journey.
Well, before the journey, he started the journey.
Oh, okay.
So he started my transformation before my last stroke, right? Because I was, like I said, I was kind of a different person. You know what I mean? I just rode the line a lot, and when he said to me one day, he said, "Man, you remind me of me." I was like, "You sure about that?" He a pastor, and you on this company. So you sure? Then he told me a story, and his tone changed. Like, when he told me the story. So that's when I was like, oh yeah, I know that tone. I know what that sounds like. So when he did that, I was like, okay, I now I got even greater respect for you, because now you're showing me what the level you want to see me on looks like, because he's showing me what that looks like to him. You know what I mean? So yeah, but he was there from the second show, but not the first one. I mean, not the third one, but my last one, so to speak. So, but I hold him and did to my heart. I hold him with respect. Like, for example, I'm being realistic. I don't respect a lot of men, because you got to show me what that looks like. I'm not saying I'm going to disrespect you. I'm not going to say I'm going to say something crazy to you. But when it's like this. When you let's say when somebody shows you what an A+ person looks like, you always want that. Like I do me. So I need A+ musicians every time. And I'm saying, you come in here and you're a D+ student, but you want me to treat you like A+ student, or you're A+ musician, so to speak. I'm like, okay, I know what an A+ musician looks like because I deal with them all the time, right? Versus you come in here talking like one, but you play like a D+, right? So it's a difference. So being around him shows me what kind of men I want to be around. And so like this book is a prime example. Like this brotherhood in this book is we use the word powerful. Everybody brings us power. This means all kind of power. So we call ourselves the Avengers, but not by the Avengers, the characters. For me, like my character is called Silent Power. That's what I call myself. I name myself, I name myself Silent Power. but it's amazing that this, like you said, when you think you have it bad, someone else got it worse. And in this book, like you get to hear 18 different success stories and how every individual is an influencer and how they impacted what they do through who they know they are. Right? They know who they are, they know how to do it. Like I said in a book talk yesterday that success is not money. Success is knowing who you are and how to take that and use it. And people was just, you can see the look on their face like, let's say, okay, wait a minute, that's a little different. I said, yeah, because we all thinking about, okay, to be successful, I gotta have this ton of money. But it's really about you know who you are.
That's right.
Like if you chase some money go. You never chase money. You let money chase you. You never chase it. You chase it, it ain't gonna catch you.
That's right.
It ain't gonna catch it. You know what I mean? But if it chase you, you can stop it. It'll knock you down. You know what I mean? A whole lot of it. So it is a prime example. But yeah.
That's right. A powerful message, because as I circulate around in this world, and I'm encountering a lot of these young brothers, 20-ish or so, and they want to be respected as a man, and they're out here chasing the wrong things. It just seems like this book, you and the tribe of men, elders that you are surrounded with, it's a message that these young guys really need to hear, because manhood is so much more than just excuse me, what's between your legs and stuff like that. And I just think that this story needs to get into the hands of a lot more of these young brothers to see what the true essence of being a man is supposed to be about. I just think it just needs to be out there. Just you alone, and perseverance, and the commitment to partnership and the whole thing is just, kids today, it's just so disheartening when I talk to, it's just they're clueless, they're missing it. So we need to get your message more out there more. But I want to segue a little bit, because I only have a little bit of time with you today. I mentioned you are a music producer. Yes, so therefore, you are in the music industry. You and your wife are in the music industry. When did you get involved in music?
That's funny. No, because watch this. I was in my mama's belly when I got into music. Everybody say, what? My mom told me, she said that she would go all day, right? And I would never move in her belly. I was just like, what's up? Just relaxing. And she said she was concerned. So she went to the doctor, and the doctor says, oh, he good. He got his feet kicked up in the finger's mouth. He just relaxing. So mom used to go down to the juke joint. My father was there. And she noticed that every time she went down there, I was like, in her belly, just moving, like moving crazy. And so that was the journey. That was the start. The journey started when I was 9, when I had the opportunity to be a DJ at a house party in our house. And so I didn't get paid, but at 9, you get to stay up to 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That's pay right there. So that's how my journey started. And so now, my wife and I are independent, right? But we try to instill what we do into other people, right? We try to explain to them that to get in this game, you really got to be dedicated. You really got to understand how this goes. It's not all about recording a song. It's about recording a song. It's about the paperwork behind it or before it, more so. Because when you go into a studio to record, in a professional studio, you got to sign some documents prior to, because it's an arrangement between you and the producer and paying the person who's going to be doing all the engineer work. Like, it's not all about just, people think that it's like going to get a drink out of a snack machine. You put the money in and get it back out. Yeah, it don't work like that. It goes a little further, way further than that. So that's where our journey started at. I mean, seriously, it started at there where she knew I loved music. My mom loved music anyway. My father did too. My father used to manage a couple of people in the industry. So then it just, spilled over to me where, I mean, that's all I do. I mean, every day I do something with music. Every day I just do it. I can really say music saved my life, after this last stroke, because I use that to heal.
Okay.
Like all the videos you see, there's music about everything I was doing. So even the first summer camp my wife and I did, we used music. We used in the kids. So the energy from the kids, kids, they see what's going on with you, but they push you because they don't know.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They have no idea about that limit. So they would just be saying different things or doing different things, and I'd be just laughing because I think it's beautiful, and that's how all that came about. So it started before I got here, right? When I got here, I was ready.
9 years old DJing, like, whoa, I'm grown. I'm up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, yeah, and it was so funny they was like, man, you playing a song like you know what to play. Like I play all the fast songs when it first started, got a little mellow in the middle, and I already know you want to go home. Drop a little Luther on or something, or a little Barry White.
We tell them how old we are now.
Yeah. Right. True.
That's great. Now, I was on the Instagram, I can't remember for which one, but I saw as part of your healing journey, you guys were you were working on putting the studio together. Or did I? Was that part of?
No. So we were working on putting up. So if you saw on Instagram painting or something like that, that was actually okay. So that was for the summer camp. I actually built a stage and painted it. Like all that was right after I had the show. I had the show in 2017. In 2018, like I think March, I started going into the building that we were in and just started painting and just started building a stage. And I mean, if you look at it, like it's a real nice stage that's put together. And then that just helped me because I kept moving. So I always like to move. I'm always moving, so I kept moving. Even when I was going into the gym to do my therapy, now I finished therapy and I go, like the video you see me doing exercise in there, that's after therapy. I should be going home and go to sleep. So what did that was I went to the gym one day and I said, I went to the gym and worked out. So I said, I want to go swimming. So I got in the water and the water kicked my butt. I came home. I ain't taking no shower. I just laid down. I was out. My wife said, I was like, what did that water do? I don't know what happened. Something wrong. She's like, water is more powerful than you think. Like really. So I started to use water along with it. That's to me, that's how I started healing fast, because I started using water first. And then I use the water, then I use exercise, then of course my therapy. So like I said, the journey it will see how you build. Like
see how you cut.
Yeah, that's it. It will see how you cut.
You see how you cut. Now I don't want to. Now see, you're making it hard because now, as I move forward in life and I run across somebody, be like, I don't want to hear nothing. Let me tell you about André. Let me tell you what he went through. I don't want to hear you crying the blues about anything because he did it. So what's your excuse? So you go drink whatever juice he drank or whatever, but we gonna get through
right.
So you just had, as we're taping, you just had your first of many to come book signings yesterday. Yes. When did you guys start this journey of writing this book and coming together? How did that come about?
So writing is one part of my therapy. part of it. I was writing. A good friend of ours, I sat down and was talking to him about writing a book. I said, well, no, how do you do it? He said, just start. That's how he said, just start. Every time I try to say something, he said, just start. He said, there's nothing I can tell you, but just start. Mm-hmm. So I started writing, and then Chip, who is a visionary of the book, the Impact of Influence, I called him up, asked him a couple of questions, and he said, I'm gonna call you back. So about a week later, he actually texted me like 6 o'clock on and said, hey. And I said, I'm in. And so I would say this, the biggest part or maybe the challenge about writing the book is starting. Mm-hmm. Right. That's the challenge. Is starting that. So the process, I already started in 2020, but beginning of, I think it was March. March is when we actually made the agreement, and I was already ready. Mm-hmm. Like you have to have an opportunity. How does it go? It says it's better be prepared for an opportunity than have an opportunity and not be prepared. Mm-hmm. So I was already ready for it. Right. So in the book, we were instructed that we had 2,500 words, and that's it. Mm-hmm. I wrote like 4,000. So I had to cut off. So imagine I had to cut off that. I had to minimize the story because I'm saying like when you start writing, the addiction of yourself and how you have to tell people. I went back and I started to realize everything, all the lessons I was learning, I was missing. I missed. And when I'm saying I missed is because I didn't take advantage of it. Like, for example, persistence means continuous course of action, right? Mm-hmm. And this is the book. So everybody who listening and watching, please go get the book. We'll talk about it in a second. But so I break down the word action to act, achieve, conquer, and transform. So think about that part of it, of that part of the book, of the chapter is this. The person who taught me being persistent was related to me, right? Or is, not was, but is related to me. And I didn't take advantage of what I was learning. Okay. So like I got put in a position where I was over about 10 people who had 20 years experience more than me, right? So the lessons I was learning, I didn't see. I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention. I was getting a lot of valuable lessons about being persistent. And why I said that was like I would start things, but I wouldn't finish them. So I was watching this. And now, this how deep this lesson went. This person, this related to me, is a millionaire for one, and two, help rebuild some things that happened in Washington D.C. That's where I'm from, and so that tells you that the influence he has, yeah, and the level he's on, I didn't take advantage of until after the fact. Like even writing a book, I realized, like, man,
it was right there.
I had all the gold chips right in front of me. I didn't grab none of them. Like I grabbed bronze, and I supposed to grab the gold. Like I like, but that's the thing. I believe that in time, when you're working on you, in time, those things will come because then you're prepared to grasp them. But if you're not prepared to grasp them, hopefully that they'll be still instilled in you. So when they come, you're ready. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, there's this old quote, when the student is ready, the teacher will come.
Right, absolutely.
So you had to have your time then. Okay. So did it take long for the book to come together, or were you guys quick with it?
No, it was a deadline. So.
Okay. So we got to get this done.
Oh yeah. Chip Baker was like, listen, start here and in here, and to the point where, for me, I made a list of all the things he said. I was checking them off. He had dates, he had times. Like we had to go do some interviews and talk to each other and certain things. And it helped us. Well, I know it definitely helped me because I'm an observer. So when I see something, and if I fumble on it, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna fix it. So the next time I go, I'm gonna be sharp. You know what I mean? So that he definitely put down structure of how this works, and then he actually walked us through it for the first timer. Now, there's a gentleman who was in the first book who knew this, but there's some of us who are in the second book who didn't know. So he was like, for me now, I know I asked questions. I was like, hey, how about this? Or what about that? And what about that? And so people appreciate that to me. When you sit down and say, okay, let me pick your brain. Like, because I don't know. So I'm going to ask these questions. I'm going to ask this question. And so that when you can call somebody and say, can I talk to you for a second? They say, what can I do for you? People don't understand that phrase, what can I do for you? They're giving you their time at that moment. They're stopping what they're doing to give you their time because they believe in you at that moment, or just in general. But I'm just saying they believe in you, so they say, "Okay, I'm gonna give you some time." So
yes,
the rest of the people who, my wife and I have cut. We have never. No, I said cut off. We have denied folks in our studio because they don't respect the time. They just come. And so I'm big on energy. So if your energy not right, I'll cut you off like a faucet. I can't do that with you. That faucet gonna dry up because
that's right.
Yeah, So
time and energy, you can't get it back.
Nope.
Can't get it back. That's what, and then you, especially the two of you in the music industry, I'm pretty sure you guys have had your share of, hey man, I got this good mixtape, just give me some studio time. I got $500 and I want you to make me this big old project. I'm pretty sure the two of you have heard it all, been through it all, and had people waste your time and energy. So once you go through that, you're like,
once you learn the first go around, then that's enough. I mean, for me, it's like, when I got pennies in my pocket, my pennies turn into a scrap sheet of paper. Some gotta go. Somebody gotta leave.
Somebody got it. Some gotta give. Some gotta give.
Absolutely.
So let me talk real quick before I get out of here about the work that you and your wife are doing, because it's one of the things that I'm really passionate about. Excuse me. Because in today's education system, a lot of our kids, our Black kids, are sometimes labeled as slow learners, when the reality is we just sometimes learn differently, and we need a more creative, artistic element in our educational structure. And you and your wife are bringing that to the table. So could you explain to me what it is the two of you guys are doing, and how it is that you guys started this project that you guys have?
Okay, so let me say this first. One of our slogans is, simplicity is the key to our genius. So we simplify everything, right, for the kids. Because I always say, if your parent grows apples, don't mean you should too. You got to grow with what's for you. So I always tell my wife, we're farmers. We sow seeds in the kids or young adults. So to be honest, now we started at 5 and we got some 30-year-olds. But the thing is this. We look at you, and then we structure that around you, but we make fun. We call it educational fun. So we're redesigning what needs to be done for them. Now, to be honest, in the schools have structure a certain way in learning. And I get that, but then you need to have a class for them kids who learn different, like you said. Like we did a workshop 2 days ago, 2 days ago, where three students walked in. We already knew, okay, we know that y'all gonna learn different than anybody else in the class. We knew that just by seeing how they body work, right? How the body moves. I'm big on body moves. I read people a lot. I read everybody, and so I can see what's good and what's not saying what's good, what's bad, but what needs work or what needs to be improved. I believe that every child has greatness in them. You just gotta know how to put it out of them. You can't give. Like me, for example, I got in trouble in school a lot. I mean, a lot. My wife will laugh right now because she knows. So I would say this part, because I went to three different elementary schools by the 5th grade. I was expelled in the 3rd grade. So that just gives you an idea of how much I was really getting on their nerves, so to speak. But from the 7th grade to the 11th grade, my homeroom was the principal's office. So, so that'll tell you what I was going through, right? But it wasn't the point that I couldn't do the work. It wasn't the point that I didn't want to do the work. The problem was I kept asking all these questions. See what I'm saying? Like, if you're my teacher and I come to you and ask you a question and you say, we do the work, I'm not satisfied with that. Not my fault. My parents told me, ask the person the question of, okay, where did you learn that from? Who taught you that? Because I need to see, I want the root of what that is. Now, I don't want the copy of what that was. I need to find out where you learned that from so I can go get it too. Because you could have made that up for all I know. I don't know. Right? I was always told, if I say something, check it out. Check it out for yourself. Don't believe me. I mean, I may be a good talker, I may be a good listener, I may be a good storyteller, however, but still, I need you to go look for yourself. So you'll know. And so that turned into attitudes. You know, so that turned into problems, because then once you get older, you get a little smart mouth, you know. As back in the day, we say get real slick at the mouth, you know. So, you know, when we growing up, punishment was different in school, right? It wasn't all this go home, go to was it SSI?
Yeah.
It wasn't none of that. It was like, oh, that's how you want. Yeah, I'm gonna discipline you. I'm gonna send you home. You're gonna get disciplined again. If you live in that neighborhood, you're gonna catch some of that before you get to your own house.
That's right.
But now it's like, let them do what they want, because I think that, especially after COVID, it's still here, but when it started to now, just from a workshop we just did, I saw the issues that kids are having. And the big issue is no one is talking to them. No one is listening. They just push them along. And so we sat in there, and one of these kids wrote a lot in their journal. Like, I mean, a lot. So that tells you that we got to listen. You got to listen to them. Just because they little doesn't mean that they don't have nothing to say.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like for example, my wife has a song called How Many. So it's about ancestral mathematics. Like, it took a lot of us to get here. Like, you're not getting this position right now. A lot of ancestors just to get here. So imagine that's how your DNA is built. So we have so many different things in us that are gifts, and some people never
tap into it
at all. So yeah,
never tap into. Amazing.
Nope. Yeah.
So you guys are working in the school system in South Carolina. Is that only do you expand past South Carolina?
We go wherever we need it.
Okay.
We are not limited, but we are unlimited.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now I see, and I wasn't prepared for this part. I try to do my research, so I slipped on this one. But I see that you are rocking some apparel there. So please tell me about that, because I missed that.
No, well, I think I just put it up. So you missed it. So
I try to be thorough. I try.
Right.
I'm a true female. I try to nose through everything. So I missed that one.
So I explained to you how I got this part. After I wrote the book, after I wrote my chapter, I said, what do I want to stop with? Like, what is the last thought I want to give you? And so it says, be great, be well, be life, right? So I'm trying to read it upside down, so forgive me if I don't get it. So the first one says, okay, let's just do be. Be, remember I said I simplify everything. So be means to exist, right? So the first one says it says be great equals exist above the norm. So that means don't settle for less. Don't be good, be great as you move, right? So next one says be well, exist in a satisfactory way, right? So that means you got to really dig into that. You don't just do something small. Don't do nothing like little. Like, go big every time.
Go big or go home.
Right. Exactly. Why not? I mean, if you're gonna do it, good. I mean, try your best, even if you fail. Just do it anyway. You fail to me when you don't try your best. But when you try your best, you really win. It's a lesson.
That's
right.
right.
The last one is is be life. You know what I mean? Exist in the exist to the significance of living. Right. So that means live a life full, but live a life in a healthy way. Live a life in a satisfactory way where you know that you're doing what you're doing. You know that you're giving your all. Like I tell every person we come encounter with when it comes to music or kids or even grown ups or whatever. Like you got to go all out. You have to be all in on whatever that looks like for you. You got to go all in with it. Now I always be honest with them. It's not easy. Anything worth having, anything worth fighting for, it's not going to be easy. Oh, it's just not. I always say this. I always tell the kids, stop looking for the microwave dream because it's not happy. It's not real. What you mean, Miss Honor? I said, okay. You know how y'all put your little food in the microwave, 2 minutes, 3 minutes later, it's done? Boom. Okay, that's not real. Right? Well, I don't understand that. Put it like this. Your mama cooked one of them nice old good meals on the weekends when you gonna eat. What did she do? She had to prepare it, right? She had to preheat the oven, right? Once she prepared it and preheat the oven, what she got to do? She got to put it in the oven, right? It takes an hour or so, or however, depending on what's being cooked. So now when it's in there, you also got to think about the process. So the process is this: it permeates, the heat goes around it, goes under it, goes over it, right? Yes. Then she takes it out, right? When they take it out, what is the first thing they do? Do they cut open and start eat, or do they have to cool off first? Cool down. Right? So that's what I mean. Stop thinking about being in the microwave. Start thinking about being in the oven. So that's why I'm always intentional about how I maneuver. I'm always intentional about this, right? Gotcha. Like I was in the store the other day, and the man just came up beside me. He was just looking at me. Like for a minute, I was like, "Do I give you these hands?" Because I don't want to wipe your clothes. I was like, "You're too close to me." But he said that I'm just interested to know what does that mean.
Oh, okay. He was looking at the shirt. Okay.
Yeah, he saw my shirt, my hat. So he's trying to read the hat, but he read the shirt. So he got with the hat man. He said, "How'd you come up with that?" Like so, he said, "Now I'm in the store trying to shop." And we sat down in the corner, I don't know, from left to right. And he just wanted to talk. And
that's great.
He's like, "Man, I'm just glad you shared the story. I need that."
That's
you know what I mean? And I've learned that. Like, don't not pick this person over here or pick this person over here to tell your story. Just tell your story, and people who will pick it is gonna get it.
That's right.
Everybody else is just a blessing to them. But to the person who really needs that, they're gonna get it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So yeah. That's how my prayer comes about. So
awesome. Okay. So let me. I got 2 more questions. I think I said I was gonna wrap it up, but I lied. I got 2 more questions.
I'm cool. Let's go. I like talking, so
that's all. So we're gonna do this. You and your wife, you guys are in business together, and sometimes that can be a little tricky. And let me say that I truly love. First of all, I'm a big fan of Black love. So I love to see the 2 of you guys together. I mean, just to watch, the journey of you together. I mean, it's just a beautiful, inspiring thing. But my question to you is, how have you and your wife made it work? How is it that it's a good fit that the 2 of you guys are in business together? Because some couples would be like, I can't stand him, or I can't stand her. Let him go somewhere for 8 hours and I'll see him later. So how do y'all make it work?
We took a self-development class. No, seriously. We sat down and decided to say, okay, to make this work, to perfect our love, like what do we need to do? Because I tell everybody, even when we out places and they see us laughing, they be like, "Oh, y'all must just got right." Nah, this is 20 years strong. We've been together doing our thing. Like, for real? And they was just so shocked. Like, I'm like, but y'all to understand, once again, I would go back to that same thing. Anything worth having is worth fighting for, right? So if you got to fight for what you want. So if you want to have a happy marriage, it's going to take time. Right? It doesn't happen overnight. Like we have ups and downs. I still get on nerves. Like, listen, I know when to go outside. Trust me.
She give you that look and be like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go out here."
No. This is what she do. When the house already clean and she cleaning, okay, I done got on her nerves. or she's running around, put the headphones on, singing. Yeah, I did something.
Let me go out here and find something to work on.
Right. So I honestly think we try to treat every day like the first day. I mean, to me, that's how we stuck this out, because we always treat that like that. So, yeah.
I love it. You know, because I do my own relationship seminars, and it's a lot of younger folks that are struggling with how to stay in relationships, and they seem to don't understand the word commitment, that, you know, it's not going to, some days it's going to be, I love you, but right now at this moment, I'm not really liking you, but we're going to push through this. We're going to work through this. We're going to get through this. And, you know, like you were saying earlier, the microwave, it seems like a lot of the younger generation wants everything so fast, so quick, and they don't understand there's work behind a lot of whatever greatness is that you want. You know, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some work. Now, before I go, my last question, because you've been in the music industry, working with the whole spectrum, what is your preference to work with, the young kids or the adults?
That's a good one. That's a good question, because they both can get on my nerves. So. To be honest, on both sides, I love people who don't know their gift, but they have a gift. Okay. I love the ones who just naturally have it, but don't know how to use it yet. They know it's there, right? But they don't know what to do with it. Okay. That's the easiest one. The hardest one are the ones who got it and don't use it. Like trying to put that out of that one. Okay. So that could be young or old, because we both have we've worked with some artists we know are good, but they don't know that. Like and now I'm talking about old people, older kids. We didn't have, well, not kids, but grown ups, adults. And I think that what my wife and I do is instill confidence in them that they can do this. And I'm big on words. I'm big on instilling those words into you. Like you know, I always tell my clients or the kids, like I have them saying certain things. Like I love myself. I'm amazing. I'm wonderful. You know what I mean? We have taken some of my older people and did meditation with them to relax. Even, you know, we do our kids the same way too now. So to be clear, everything we do on both sides, for young and old, because just because you're old don't mean you got it together. All right. We still need work. Like my wife and I work on ourselves every day in some form of fashion, of what we love to do and what we need to do for ourselves. But it still boils down for me to do, or for her to do what we do. We got to work on ourselves first, because I can't come love you if I don't love me.
That's right.
I can't give you respect, and if I don't respect me. So we step back and look at ourselves and say, okay, then we can do this. If we out there just, you know, just run a rapid, that's defeating the purpose.
That's true. That's true. Well, I just love everything that you, your wife, you're doing, everything you represent, stand for, the work that you guys are doing. I mean, from my little small corner of the world, I appreciate both of you.
Thank you.
I know she's over there somewhere. I can hear her, so I want her to know that. You know,
she's laughing.
I want to make sure I send my love to her too as well, because it's a package deal. You know, so
absolutely.
I love both of you guys. So I'm gonna do my random questions, sir. And then if I could trouble you to tell everybody how we connect with you, how we pick up the book and all of that stuff.
Absolutely.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got.
$1 million question.
Oh, well, she's right there too. So this one is online. Let's see what. Y'all been together 20 years?
Yes.
If your partner were to surprise you, what would be the ideal date for them to take you on?
Wow. Okay, for her to surprise me and take me on an ideal date, I honestly think my wife, because she knows, first of all, she knows the people I like. So I know her. She would try to get me in the room with certain people. That would be the ideal date for me. because she knows I love music, and she knows there are certain people that I'm going to meet. There's certain people I'm going to work with. So she would probably put me in a room with them.
Oh,
That'll be my date. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. So please tell us how we pick up the book, how we connect with you, how anybody in different cities with school systems want to get you guys there to do the work that you do. I mean, just give me the whole spiel. How do we connect with you?
So I had to take my hat off to my wife for this because I suck at social media. So the easiest way to get everything you just said is go to andreamigér.com. Awesome. Everything is in there. LinkedIn, everything you're going to know, from studio to the book to us, to me or to her, to everything we do is LinkedIn there. Do that way for myself. Now for her, she a little different than me because she's a master at this social media thing. I'm not. So she probably got like 100 different pages, but they're all still linked in. No, it's still linked in the same way. But that's the easiest way, to be honest. I don't put no handles out there. I just put my name out there and let do. Because at the end of the day, I don't do it for my first name. I do it for my last. And I believe that my wife and I are going to be put in the books as historical figures that really changed the game. So I'm putting it out there so people know.
Awesome. Put it out there. Is Mrs. Is she presentable?
No, she is so relaxed right now. She can hear them.
And I was going to say, maybe I could get her to peek in and wave at her, but anyways.
Anyway. I'll tell you right now, she's like, nope. She's shaking her head like this is probably, since we've been really grinding hard, this probably been maybe the second day we've had matter of fact, the first day, right? Yeah, in a while. Like today is the first day we actually, matter of fact, you're the first thing I did today outside of myself.
Awesome.
Because I was determined to not do nothing today at all. Because after yesterday, man, it was phenomenal. So to do this, and then now I'm gonna go back to doing nothing for the rest of the day. But I feel like it's still just the work, because that's what my wife would do. She'll throw a whole lot of work in my face.
Awesome. I love it. Well, anyway, even though she can't see me and I can't see her, my love to her. I just continue to wish the both of you the best. Blessings and blessings. The next book signing will be soon, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'm working on that. No, I was told to say, I was learned that don't mention it until it's done.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. Now just spring it out there. They don't know you was working on something, and just be like, we didn't even know Mr. Bounceback was bouncing back until he bounced back. Okay.
Right, exactly. Like, yeah. I told you I gave my own superhero name. Silent Power.
That's right. Move in silence. Just bust out there on them. Well, sir, I have truly enjoyed my day with you today. Like I said, I just just keep on doing what you're doing. I mean, we need more of you out there spreading that message and doing those things, and especially touching our youth. I'm so concerned about the direction that we're going. So I'm glad that we have people out there, and just miss many blessings. I'm just awed and amazed. It's just amazing. Awesome. So thank you.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I did get your question about other people. So I'm gonna send you a link of all authors, all their connections. They do that. So I didn't forget. I just didn't write. I mean, I haven't put it all together, so to speak. But I'm grateful to do this. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to sit down with you, because I understand, or as I always say, I overstand that time is one thing you can't get back. So you got to use it wisely. As much as you can. Every day is like a good day, but I mean, when you're up and moving, that's good.
Awesome. I love it.
So thanks so much.
Oh, thank you. Well, that is all for this week's episode of The Male Perspective. I'm your host, Lana Reid, and I will see everybody next time.